This is your Hdsr Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. These two Victor Valley College standouts earned first-team All-Conference honors. 6 Rams baseball players are named All-Conference. Dominic Dominguez is the first-team All-Conference catcher. He offers timely advice to players making the transition from high school to collegiate ball.
Well, out of high school, I went to Riverside City College, and I think the most challenging transition was how much practice there is, and how you need to be on time for everything. And on top of all that, you also need to stay on top of your grades. So the best advice I would give to oncoming freshmen coming into college is just make sure that you stay on top of your grades and make sure that you're always on time.
Dominic Dominguez is bound for Cal State San Bernardino next season. Rams battery mate and fellow sophomore Austin Pruitt is named second-team All-Inland Empire Athletic Conference. Austin Pruitt will attend Long Beach State on a full scholarship. The towering Mound Ace, whose fastball was clocked at 98 once this spring, leaves Victor Valley College the most highly recruited baseball player in school history. He comments on the toughest challenges ball players face in the transition from high school to college ball. What are some of the biggest challenges?
One big thing I would say is the schooling part. High school guys, you have a schedule and a plan, and you're at school every day. You're kind of on your own. You're kind of out of the house, and your schedule can be really different. And so juggling that with baseball and school is a big piece, and I think that's where a lot of guys fall short. So kind of figuring out the balance of your time management, things like that, and being able to really execute in the classroom and then come give all of your heart and your mindset on the field is a big thing. So if you can do that really well, I think you're going to have a lot of success on the baseball field.
Aiden Caparel is named All-Conference Gold Glove third baseman. He is a first-year Ram out of Oak Hills. Sophomore Aaron Oliveras receives honorable mention to the All-Conference team, as does first-year Ram Eric Logston, the former Riverside Prep infielder. Eric Logston led the 2024 Rams in runs scored. Davin Marcus Rivera is a repeat selection to the All-Conference team, receiving honorable mention this year. He led the Rams in stolen bases a second straight season. 3 VVC softball players received All-Conference recognition. Cora Utash earned first-team honors. The Lady Rams third baseman hit a team-high 500. Cora Utash, out of Apple Valley High School, led the team with 31 runs driven in her freshman season. First-year Lady Ram Emily Ferguson is second-team All-Conference. The first baseman out of Serrano hit 462 in conference games, 357 on the year. She drove in 22 runs. These two power-hitting run producers give the Lady Rams strong defense at the corners, set to return next season. Cora Utash driving in Emily Ferguson here, along with Alicia Garcia, the third member of this year's team to receive all-conference recognition. She received honorable mention. Other of the outstanding first-year Lady Rams set to return next year, Rebecca Godwin, scoring on this Cora Utash base hit. Rebecca Godwin, the former Granite Hills Lady Cougar, hit 306. She led the Lady Rams in stolen bases and is a standout center fielder defensively. Another speedster returning is Aubrey Veloso, another former Serrano Lady Diamondback. Aubrey Veloso was Coach Adam Santa Cruz's most improved player during the course of the season. Playing left field, her exceptional speed contributed to the Lady Rams' above-average coverage in the outfield, alongside center fielder Becca Godwin. Sierra Stevenson gives VVC another experienced outfielder returning next season. Sierra Stevenson delivering a clutch 2-out, 2-strike base hit that drives into against Mount San Jacinto. She played her high school ball at AAE. Kayla Ziert is another Lady Ram returning next season. She played her high school ball at the Academy for Academic Excellence. She's another example of Victor Valley College winning the desert in recruiting talented local softball players. Every player on the 2024 roster played at a local high school. Victor Valley College has introduced its first class of inductees into the Rams Athletics Hall of Fame. The late Willie Davis Pringle was the first inductee into the Hall of Fame, recognized for his dedication and commitment to the college for over 3 decades. Shown here, dedication ceremonies for the Willie Pringle Athletic Room. He was an all-conference defensive end his 2 seasons playing football at VVC, as well as an outstanding wrestler. Willie Pringle served in various roles at VVC, including football coach, athletic director, ASB advisor, and director of student services. The second inductee into the Hall of Fame is Jay Tashima, who served as athletic director and certified athletic trainer for over 30 years. Jay was a driving force behind many of the advancements and projects within Victor Valley College athletics. In addition to the Hall of Fame inductees, the Rams Excellence Award was presented to Brandon Bollinger from the men's wrestling team and Ebony Blacksmith from the women's basketball team. The Ram Coach of the Year Award was given to Rocky Humphrey, who coached the wrestling team to its first conference championship in school history. VVC is hosting a 2-day wrestling skills camp in mid-June. Instructors include renowned former collegiate national champions, now college and high school coaches, in addition to Victor Valley College coaches and wrestlers. The cost for June 15th and June 16th skills camp is $80 per athlete. Email Adam Valdez at vvc.edu for further details or to enroll. This Victor Valley College Sports Report is presented by the Bradco Companies, Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies, the High Desert Mojave River Valley's longest-standing full-service commercial brokerage firm. Bradco, ardent supporters of the team's athletes and sports programs at Victor Valley College.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert sports. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley.
Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, conference and convention center for the High Desert. The Holiday Inn, supporting the teams, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today. Javi Prieto lashes a 2-run single to lead Victor Valley past Patriot in the opening round of CIF Division IV playoffs. Reggie Lawson pitches the complete game victory and scores the tying run in the Jackrabbits' high-stakes come-from-behind victory. Javier Prieto's game-winning at-bat was an exercise in endurance, tenacity, persistence, and, in the end, execution.
I was trying to stay alive on the junk. and look for a pitch I can drive, and I ended up getting one after about 15 pitches, battling, and I got one.
It had been a frustrating first 5 innings for the home team, Rabbits, failing to capitalize or cash in on early scoring opportunities. Seth Escamilla hustling to second and advances to third on a sac bunt, but is left stranded. Reggie Lawson singles in the third and promptly steals second and advances to third on a pass ball. Second early opportunity for the Rabbits that goes unfulfilled when Patriots pitcher Robert Luna gets Victor Valley's cleanup hitter called out on strikes to end the threat. Reggie Lawson ends the top of the fourth in like manner, a called third strike to the Patriot 3-hole hitter, a .333 hitter coming in. Joseph Millinder gets the Jackrabbits back in business with the base hit to right center, and the sophomore outfielder moves into scoring position by stealing second. Team speed, one of Victor Valley's strongest assets, the Jackrabbits enter the playoffs having stolen 34 bases in 35 attempts. The Rabbits saw early on this day they could run on the Warriors. Millinder swipes third, but the fourth inning ends in frustration when Millinder is stranded. Top 5. Patriot benefits from a throwing error and a walk to put 2 on, and pitcher Robert Luna laces the chest-high fastball into center field, driving in the first run of the ball game. Luna, a .205 hitter on the season, coming in, but the way he has pitched himself out of trouble, it's beginning to look like the one run maybe all the Warriors out of Riverside will need this day. Were the Jackrabbits beginning to harbor doubts?
Never. We never give up. We stay hungry all the way to the end.
Yeah, we knew we were gonna get it done sooner or later. Like we talked the 5th inning. After the 5th inning, we talked. We had a little team meeting, but yeah, we got everything settled, and yeah, we came back. So we fought back.
No, we were confident all the way through. We kept our heads up, and we got our chance to win.
Advantage, Jackrabbits, home field, and having played amid swirling high desert winds on many an occasion, junior shortstop Nando Ruiz stays with the high wind-blown pop-up off the bat of the Warriors' leadoff hitter in the 6th. The 6th. Not the best of innings, game in and game out for the Jackrabbits this season, and today the pressure mounts. Reggie Lawson leads off the 6th with a walk. The battery, Lawson, talking it over with Andy Pasquale, who follows with the base on balls. 2 on, nobody out. Will the Jackrabbits finally find a way to cash in? Team captain Chris Estrella Ramirez does his job. Reggie Lawson to third, Andy Pasquale to second, 1 out. The stage is set for Javier Prieto's heroics. 12th pitch of the at-bat, according to Daily Press scribe Jacob Sundstrom, who kept a pitch-by-pitch account. Prieto drives the low fastball past a diving Patriot shortstop. Reggie Lawson scores. Andy Pasquale right behind. Prieto will describe this as the best at-bat of his life, and just maybe the most important. For teenage ball players in a crucial high school playoff game, it does not get any better than this.
Oh man, it's the best feeling in the world. All that hard work, on the biggest stage in CIF, it's the best feeling in the world. It went up. We went up. Like, it was a great feeling.
Nando Ruiz follows Prieto's historic and heroic at-bat with a base hit to right. Prieto goes to third. Ruiz will steal second. Freshman Ramon Alcantar draws a base on balls to load the bases. Noah Welch takes one for the team. Javi Prieto comes in to score. The Jackrabbits' 6th inning jinx has been overcome. The lead is 3-1. Patriot makes a pitching change. 2 out for Mike Nolan, who has faced the left-hander starter up to this point. Nolan greets the right-handed relief pitcher by ripping a 2-run single to left center to make it 5-1.
Yeah, made my adjustment, and yeah, I just got it done. Gave me a fastball right down the middle. I got it done. So.
Now it is up to the 6'4" junior. Reggie Lawson had a perfect game going for him into the 5th. The only hit he's given up to this point, the RBI single. Lawson gets the 3-hole hitter swinging. Second time he's struck out this hitter, and Lawson's 7th strikeout of the afternoon. The next Warriors hitter gets Patriot hit number 2, 1 on, 1 out. 4-run lead. Lawson is not worried about giving up the long ball. Patriot, as a team, has not hit a home run all season. Now, 2 on, 1 out. Possible tying run on deck. Borderline, too close to take, called strike 3, out number 2. 2-2 the count. Pitch number 94 for Lawson and strikeout number 9. The Jackrabbits advance to round 2 and a showdown between High Desert League champions, the DSL champs, Jackrabbits, against Mojave River League champions, Serrano.
You had a long layoff between innings. Did that affect you or no?
First of all, let me thank my teammates for to let me allow to get the W. They mean a lot to me. I do it for the seniors. And then second of all, I didn't feel no different. I was just a little too pumped. I just had to settle myself down. Oh man, it's the best feeling in the world. It was a great feeling.
The obvious disappointment of Oak Hill's extra inning playoff loss to Hemet overshadows outstanding individual performances at the plate by these Bulldogs underclassmen who offer promise of Oak being serious contenders for a 3rd straight MRL championship season in 2019. Juniors Brandon Bullock and Zach Becker go a combined 7 for 10 in this game and 12 for 17 in the postseason. 8 of Oak Hill's 11 hits by underclassmen in the 4-3 setback to Hemet. John Bike starts for Oak Hills, the 3rd start of the season for the senior southpaw who was plagued by arm problems early in the season. He had been the winner in relief in the first-round win over Cerritos. Typical wind-blown afternoon in May at the Bulldogs compound in Hesperia. The visiting Bulldogs push across an unearned run in the 1st en route to a 3-0 lead after hitting in the 3rd. John Bike goes on to strike out 2 in his final performance in an Oak Hills uniform. John Bike bound for NCAA Division III Laverne University, where he will play next for those Leopards. Zach Becker gets the first Oak Hills base hit, the single up the middle with 2 out in the 1st. Zach Becker will go 4 for 5 this game, giving him 7 hits in 9 at-bats in postseason play. Oak Hills places Brandon Bullock in scoring position, moving him to 3rd on Steve Rubio's sac fly in the 2nd. Brandon Bullock had singled, first hit of a 3 for 5 day for the junior outfielder, but he is stranded. Bottom of the 3rd, Freddie Castro blisters the line drive past the diving center fielder. Freddie Castro, .292 hitting Oak Hills senior. Oak Hills, the top hitting team in the Mojave River League, a .364 team batting average. Julian Macias bunts Freddie Castro into scoring position. The speedy Julian Macias called out on a very close play at first. Freddie Castro is able to scamper to 3rd on the pop-up down the right field line that drops in off the bat of Zach Becker. John Bike, who had walked, advancing to 2nd. Oak Hills' first run comes as a gift. Hemet's catcher frames the called strike 3 for the 2nd out, but the catcher thinks it is the 3rd out of the inning and rolls the ball back to the mound. Freddie Castro races home, and Oak Hills has cut the Hemet lead to 3-1. Brandon Bullock's 2-out pop-up down the right field line drops in. John Bike scores, followed by Zach Becker. Brandon Bullock's 2-run double ties the game at 3, end of 3. Michael Downs has come on to replace John Bike on the mound. Like John Bike, Mike Downs, a Laverne University commit. The 5'11", 165-pound senior shuts down Hemet over 4 2/3 innings, striking out 4. The only thing unlucky about Mike Downs' 13th appearance on the year, the bad luck Hemet hitters have facing him. Mike Downs' senior season resume will conclude with 20 strikeouts in 21-plus innings of work. Freddie Castro gets his 2nd consecutive hit, leading off the Oak Hills half of the 4th. We have seen Hemet defenders have problems with the high wind gusts of the high desert. Not a problem for Oak Hills players. John Bike snagging the pop-up from the swirling winds to end this inning. But nothing routine about the Julian Macias routine here. Julian Macias, actually an outstanding catch on the wind-blown pop-up. Julian Macias, a sophomore. Oaks starting infield. All underclassmen. Fellow sophomores Jacob Rangel at first, Steve Rubio at second, junior Zach Becker at third. Even greater degree of difficulty on center fielder Dylan Randall's extraordinary catch at the fence to end the Hemet half of the fifth. Dylan Randall's Oak Hills senior defensive specialist. Oak Hills, a golden opportunity to take the lead in the sixth. Brandon Bullock leading off with the base hit. Brandon Bullock's .486 batting average on the year, second only to Burroughs Chase Craycroft among Mojave River League hitters. Brandon Bullock just does beat the throw to second on the Jacob Rangel bunt that puts runners at second and first with nobody out. Jacob Rangel, the versatile Oak Hills sophomore, a .358 hitter on the year. The small ball plan of attack continues. Steve Rubio's perfectly placed bunt results in a base hit for the sophomore second baseman. It loads the bases with nobody out. Hemet gets the first out of the inning on the comebacker, expertly handled by pitcher Steve Wright to just get the force at home. Back-to-back strikeouts of Oaks' number 9 and leadoff hitters in the threat and the inning. Hemet mounts a threat in the seventh, two-out double to straightaway center field off the bat of two-hole hitter Joel Mesa. It will be Joel Mesa who will drive in the game-winning run in the ninth. Mike Downs works himself out of this threat, inducing the top Hemet hitter to pop up to Jacob Rangel, who has moved to center field to end Hemet's half of the seventh. Oak Hills right back on the attack in the bottom of the seventh. John Bikes, hard hit ground ball up the middle, misplayed. Hemet's outfield deep for Zach Becker, whose base hit to center is bobbled, but the Oak Hills pinch runner does not advance to third, a base running decision that proves decisive. Oak Hills RBI leader Kian Costigan at the plate, nobody out. When Kian Costigan squares to bunt and takes the pitch, the pinch runner strays too far off second and is called out on another very close play on the bases. Base running ever number 2 in this inning. The third comes when Oaks' runner on first is picked off for out number 2. Hemet then gets the strikeout to send the game into extra innings. Julian Macias comes on for Oak Hills in the 8th. He sets the bottom of the Hemet lineup up and down in order. We go to the game-deciding at-bat in the 9th. The two-out drive over the head of the Oak Hills center fielder sends in the go-ahead run, but Oak Hills comes right back with a vengeance. Julian Macias, leadoff single, drops over the infield and puts the tying run on in the bottom of the 9th. 2 outs later, Kian Costigan's infield base hit puts Zach Becker in scoring position. He represents the tying run. Kian Costigan, the potential game-winning run. But Oak Hills is down to their last out. It comes on Brandon Bullock's laser to center field. Hemet celebrates as it eliminates Oak Hills, their 21-win season ending in the second round of CIF Division IV playoffs. Flashing back to headline makers years past, presented by the Holiday Inn, Conference and Convention Center for the High Desert, and favored destination for travelers and visitors to the Victor Valley. Mojave River League front runners seem to be running out of runs. Entering the final week of regular season play, league leading Oak Hills is shut out by a pair of Serrano Southpaws. The same day, Sultana squeaks past Hesperia 1-0, throwing the Sultans and Bulldogs back into a tie atop the standings. pitchers' duels prevail this day. Oak Hill's senior Ryan Watkins, the Bulldogs starter. Ryan Watkins enters, a 4-game winner who strikes out 8 this day in 6 innings of work. He exits with a 2.24 ERA and a 4-4 record, eligible for filing a claim for non-support from both his offense and his defense. Serrano's first run is unearned. Angelo Iario reaches base on an infield error with 1 out in the 4th. The Diamondbacks senior puts himself in scoring position, stealing second. Vicente Escobedo drives it through the infield, sending Angelo Iario across with the first run of the game, breaking the ice on a very warm day that an ice cube stands no chance of hanging around for long. Vicente Escobedo with the clutch RBI. Diamondbacks hitters muster but 4 hits against Bulldogs pitchers. Serrano adds 2 more insurance runs in the 5th. Gavin Cunningham goes the other way, sending a rocket shot that ricochets off the first base bag, allowing Jacob White to score easily from third, the second of the Diamondbacks' runs. Gavin Cunningham steals third on the ball 4 delivery to Sonny Alivario, whose bases on ball puts runners on the corners, setting up a double steal opportunity. Diamondbacks run number 3 scores on the double steal, and the visitors have more than enough offensive production to support their pitchers. Ryan Watkins collects the first of Oak Hill's 4 hits, the sharp single to center field. He is a .391 hitter who leads the team in base hits and runs driven in. Connor Abadi strikes out the next 2 hitters he faces, stranding Ryan Watkins at third. He had advanced on a throwing error. This ends the first inning. The story of the game is Coach John Grijalva's pitchers. Connor Abadi is masterful, working quickly and in absolute command, his 7 strikeouts in 4 innings, before turning it over to fellow junior Preston Overton. 2 strikeouts for Preston Overton in his 3 innings on the mound. The Diamondbacks' 3-0 victory is their 3rd in their last 4 games, leading to the season-ending rematch at Serrano 3 days later. The loss, Oak Hill's 2nd straight and 4th in league play. Isaiah Galindo throws the 2-hit shutout against Hesperia that elevates Sultana back into the tie with Oak Hills atop the Mojave River League standings. 1 regular season game remained. The Apple Valley Christian Warriors steal the early thunder from top-ranked Faith Baptist in CIF playoffs. The underdog Warriors come from behind to take a 2-1 lead into the 6th inning in the Division 7 quarterfinals. Elijah Murrow drives in Josh Berry with the go-ahead run in the 4th as Apple Valley Christian stuns the highly favored visitors by going on top. Eric Rogers places Josh Berry in scoring position, taking the pitch the other way into left center. Elijah Murrow, who had registered the first Warriors base hit, drives his 2nd hit of the day into right field. Josh Berry scores the go-ahead run, 2-1. Warriors in the 4. The Warriors' final run of the season comes when John Huang dives home following the swinging strike 3 that goes to the backstop. The ball game and the season end with the final score: Faith Baptist 7, Apple Valley Christian 3. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today.
Congratulations on your first win.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley.
Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, Conference and Convention Center for the High Desert. The Holiday Inn, supporting the teams, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. That's a wrap on this week's edition of your High Desert Sports Report. Thank you for joining us.